What's going on, everybody? It's the Indoor Hunter, and I rushed straight home from work the second this information came out. So we've got the live stream from today, which is the time of recording, of what to expect in Nepal when it comes to the animal species and kind of some visuals and stuff like that. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive. If you guys want to watch this, I'll put the link in below, but some very important information you can see at the very beginning of the stream. June 18th is the release date of this map. That's exactly 2 weeks from now. I am super excited, and obviously going to explain why future on here. Now, we're not going to watch the whole thing, obviously. That's over an hour long. We're just going to kind of skip ahead to the important parts. So without further ado, let's get started. First major announcement is the new weapon coming with the map. Let me hide me there so we can get a better look. We have the Martini Henry coming to the Hunter Call of the Wild. And then looking at the ammo stats for this thing, it's gonna be potentially, it's a paper tiger right now, to use my own little term here. On paper, this thing is a freaking beast. 200 meter effective range, 53 penetration with 60 expansion. There's some muzzleloaders that wish they could do that someday in this game. And honestly, with it having that type of range, I think we could be seeing a very powerful weapon. Now, obviously, it's an older style gun, so I don't know if we're going to have any sort of optics, so maybe we're going to have to brush up on some iron sights.
Cal, for the love of Pete, let's go crank this up.
Not a bad reload.
Yeah, baby.
Not bad at all.
Now, it's not as slow of a reload as you might have thought. But
That's definitely up there with 7mm. Honestly, on paper, it's better than 7mm, but again, if we can't attach optics to it, we are going to be limited. But let's move right along into the next category, because there's actually way more important stuff to talk about than this new cool looking gun. Now we're going to take a look at the species coming to Nepal, or I guess that are in Nepal that we're going to get introduced to. Now, the first few here are animals that we've already got. I didn't show it. The magpie goose is making its return, along with the brand new water buffalo. Now, it's not new, obviously, it's on Parque Fernando. It's one of my favorite animals to hunt, actually, but it's getting a reskin, it's getting a remaster. Same goes for, it's getting a population reset on Parque. And look at these dudes. I mean, that thing is huge compared to the current model. That's insane. Very excited to get my hands on one of these. And let's skip just ahead here. They're also doing the same thing to black buck, which can also be found on Parque Fernando. They're getting a population reset as well. That looks much better than its current model. And looking forward to looking for these guys. It seems like there's going to be a ton of species just everywhere, and I'm stoked. And here's our smallest animal, and one I'm actually pretty dang excited about. We get yet another rabbit to hunt. I love looking for these things while we're out hunting other stuff. It just adds to the map. I'm pretty sure every single map needs at least some sort of rabbit or hare. But this is the woolly hare. And, well, it's a rabbit. Looking forward to hunting it. Can't wait. And here we get a closer look at the muntjac. Now, during stream, they didn't want to show off any of its trophy varieties, which means it's either going to be really underwhelming or mind-blowingly insane. But looks like a pretty interesting little animal there. Reminds me of hog deer. I mistook them for hog deer in the trailer. Here we've got the Tibetan fox, and no, that's not a terrible animation job. That's literally what they look like. These goofy looking critters are going to be pretty fun to look for. I would imagine they're going to be class 2 animals just like their red fox counterparts. We don't know yet 100%, but again, looking forward to it. It's something that I'm super excited for. The biggest animal to ever come to Call of the Wild, the yak. Finally get to see it. This thing is huge. Jaxie said it's an absolute tank of an animal, so I'd imagine it's going to be pretty difficult to take out, but nonetheless, there it is, and it looks freaking awesome. I gotta say, we're going to watch this for just a second because it does show the rare fur types for this guy, and I cannot wait to add one of those to the collection. And here we've got the blue sheep, brand new addition to the hunter called the Wild. Again, Jaxie intentionally hasn't shown us any of the big stuff or most of the crazy rares because, well, he wants us to find that for ourselves. The next of the newest animal coming to the Call of the Wild is the Barasinga, which Jaxie says has the most impressive rack potentially in the game, but also on Sunderpatan. He said that this is not as big as they get. Pretty cool looking rack. Really reminds me of Sick Deer. Again, excited to get out there and see what these guys are about. These are actually one of the few animals that I do know of. Thanks, Joe Rogan. But this is a nilgai, and that's going to be fun to hunt. I would imagine similar-ish to elk, size-wise anyways. I don't know, I could be completely wrong on that, but the way they've talked about it, that's about the size of them. But they're a giant antelope, essentially. Looks pretty heckin' awesome. Looks like a cow got its heart broken and got into fitness. But looks fun. And of course, we've got the tar. This is what everyone assumes the next great one's going to be because that is what the people call this animal, the great one. It's coming to the game. The rack sizes are much bigger than this, he claims. It is getting backfilled on Tearoa. This is the #1 most requested species since the release of Tearoa. They're finally adding it to the game. Now, they are not adding it to Te on this update. It will be at an update at a later time. But it is happening. So, pretty cool to see that. Honestly, this is one of the best looking models I think they've had in the game to date, with exception, of course, of the tiger, which we're getting ready to see next. Now, before we get too crazy with it, this is a spoiler alert. If you don't want to know what the rare fur types are, look away now because we're getting ready to see every single one of them. I don't want to go too much in depth on the tigers outside of the fact they did confirm that they are super, super rare. There's only 16 on the map at any given time. They are going to actively try to hunt you. One hit seemingly will kill you, and these are incredibly dangerous predators, but you can see we've got some insane trophies to look for, folks. This right here is a tier above, a great one, I believe, as far as especially the rare fur types. I'm going to go out on a limb, unless they're somehow all of them are, diamonds, then it's going to take some time to get some diamonds and some rares for these. Putting it up there because there's no need zones for them. You can't grind for them. They hunt you. This is going to be a step above a great one. But what's a step above a great one and a step above that? That's the next animal, the snow leopard. Let's scroll up ahead here and take a look at this guy. This is the creature right here that I didn't even know I was excited for until they started talking about it. This is the rarest game they've ever added to the game, and I'm not talking about real life. I'm talking about in-game period. The way he made it sound, there's going to be one per map. There is no need zones for it. You just got to find it. And that right there, hands down, makes it at least 2 tiers above a great one, since the tigers are kind of in the same boat. There's a little more common, but there's only one of these dudes on this giant map, and we got to find it. Obviously, it's probably going to be where the snow is, but still. This is going to change the game as far as how we hunt, I feel like. Again, I really do think this is a worthy endeavor above a great one. You can't grind for it, so it's going to be an interesting take. I'm curious to see what others are going to do when you can't, kind of cheese it. Yeah, nothing against grinding. I mean, I've got several grinds going right now. We're hammering them hard, but I'm looking forward to an animal that we can just go out and hunt. For the most part, folks, that's pretty much it. I highly encourage you, if you want to see this stuff for yourself, hear what Jaxie's got to say, go check out their live stream. Again, the link is in the description below. June 18th is the release date. I cannot wait for this map. I wasn't as hyped as I was now for Emerald Coast when they announced it, but after seeing all this stuff, folks, I'm telling you, I'm pretty excited. As always, let me know what you think in the comments below, and now we're going to watch Jaxie get smoked by some tigers here.
Perhaps something great, perhaps, and followed up by that will be our creator early access. We are extremely excited. Right, we just broke YouTube. Extremely excited to see your reactions when you get your hands on this. Oh my God, it legit broke. YouTube just broke. I want to do a countdown. Let it happen. Let it happen. Here we go. Here we go. Are we ready for this? Yeah. Here, let me pull this chat over because I broke the other one. There we're gonna go. All right. I should have a sporting chance here. Okay. Here we go. We'll see you all next week. I'll catch you all around the community. Oh my goodness. 3, 2, 1. No, no, no! No!